once I told myself you're not going to win, and then I literally start working on the next program to put in the app. That's Delulu, right? You're mad that one
Yeah.
program didn't work, but you're already
I'm
working on the
gonna
next
do
one.
another one. Right.
Living in
Just like
Delulu.
I'm mad that this background is raggedy, but we're gonna record another video after this, and y'all gonna get the same white background.
I feel like this is more of what we mean by the Lulu. I think we use the word as like a funny way of just being like, yeah, I'm crazy. But really, you're not crazy. Something
Right.
was put in you and you're putting it out and you feel the Lulu because no one else can see the vision that God has given you. And so I feel like we
I can't
use
even
the
see it right
word.
now.
Exactly. And I know we're probably gonna name this title Delulu because that's what's gonna make y'all tune in because we gotta act crazy
Clickbait.
sometimes.
No, I was waiting. Gotcha.
Because we talking about God again.
Right.
Well, hello there, lovely.
Okay. And we back.
We're back.
And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. We are back with another episode of the You're Done podcast. Brittany,
Yes.
I low key feel like I should open this door because it sounds echoey. What you
I
think?
don't know. You don't sound echo. I mean, you don't sound echoey to me.
Okay,
So.
I'll leave it alone. It might help with
listen.
volume, actually.
But listen, you ain't got no kids, so you can open up whatever door you want to open.
So y'all, we back. And Brittany is being more than me per usual. Now my background got worse.
First off, I'm so upset about this background. You haven't even introduced yourself though.
Oh, hey y'all. It's a big Desto, not the little one. I forgot.
And be more, nevertheless. Listen, she is so upset about this background. Y'all know we in transition from her moving and all the things. So camera, mics, this whole setup, everything is new. She got her stuff on the wall. I know y'all can see a little clip of her shelf over there.
Can y'all though?
I can
I don't
see it.
see it.
I can see it. So they have to get a new lens for their camera. My camera has a wide and a narrow lens, and theirs is kind of more like a narrow. So she has to figure out how to make it wide or get a wide one so she can kind of, show y'all what she got working behind the scenes. But listen, this one back here, another season, and I'm pretty sure at some point during this video, that candle gonna go out. And that's just where we are, y'all. But y'all been rocking with us.
Right.
3 seasons
I'm gonna do
now.
I'm gonna do a green screen.
Yeah. You're gonna have penguins in the background.
I'm gonna be in Bali.
She gonna be on one of them swings.
Right. This is ugly. But anyways,
not the little one.
good thing I didn't wear white, or I would have been blending in with this wall. And it's
for sure. But y'all see, she wanna dress like me. She gonna wear black and white because I got on black and white.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's because when it was 15 minutes before I had to be in here, because we said we're gonna record at 11:30 my time. Mind you, it's already 12, but whatever. I was like, I just needed to put something on. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Not in the mood. I have been struggling a little bit mentally, emotionally. And I feel like that can go into the whole topic. The topic is about being Delulu. Okay? Just a little bit. Sometimes it's all right just to get you through the day. Sometimes you just gotta believe something that ain't necessarily what it is, just to make yourself feel better about the situation. Right? That's what this title means, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not about being Delulu to the things that you should not be doing. Like if that house is burning, don't be Delulu that it's not. It is. Call the fire department. But it's just like small things like I got two messages yesterday that someone was trying to hack Facebook, our Instagram, and I was just like, "What the heck?" And then come to find out, it was from in somewhere in Virginia.
Oh,
So you know me. I mean, of course, I denied all the things, and then we probably need to change our passwords. But I text my sister, and I was like, "You know what? Just let me be Delulu though, because we popping, and so somebody
you
want
didn't
to
even
hack
tell the
us."
whole story, y'all. It was me. I got a
But
new phone yesterday,
that was
and
before I knew it was her. I didn't know it was her. I just was like,
but no, she's over there denying it, and no wonder it took me forever to log in. I'm like, bro, the password I know the password. It would not let me log in. And here she come, somebody in Virginia trying to hack us. I said, girl, it was me. It's
listen,
me.
she didn't convey any of that information. I was like, some guy is out here
This girl.
trying to be
And so
me.
she's like, just let me be Delulu and think somebody we big enough for somebody to want to hack us. But my thing is, maybe when I spoke earlier about me not being in the best mood, I don't think I necessarily have to be delusional, but I have to like that. Okay, when we wrote it in the note, we said being Delulu low key works. So it was like the confidence and the blind faith and all of the things. So I'm constantly having to find the blind faith for sure. When I tell you, like last episode, oh wait, that was the last. Okay, whatever episode that just came out last week, or the episode that's gonna come out. This is pre-recorded. Whatever the episode that y'all about to see now, it
Yes.
was a heavy like on God, right? It's about allowing God to help you find your way or something like that. And so I'm watching the video and I'm like, yeah, we were spitting, you know? But now I'm finding myself in a space where it's just like I don't have the words to give myself that motivation that I need. So I'm just telling myself, yeah, Destiny, it's all right. It's gonna be all right, girl. And even though I know that
Yeah.
that's to be true, I something in me don't fully feel it. So I'm to me it's like I'm psyching myself into believing that I'm happy even when I'm necessarily kind of not. I don't know if that's delusion, but yeah, I don't know. I ain't got my rings on. I'm
I
just
think
all over the place. I just
I think
realized
it could
that.
be a version. I think it could be a version of being Delulu, but I think for the most part, when I think about this term in its in a sense, it's there are things in life that I wish to accomplish. There are things that I feel like I'm capable of. There are moments where I'm like, I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family. You know, like my podcast is gonna be number one. We're gonna be showing up on like Spotify's top 100, top 10, you know, things like that. And there are also moments though where you like I just said, like we have 167 followers, you know, which I wasn't saying it to be like we ain't loving 167. We love y'all, okay?
Right.
But it's just one of those things that I feel like when we sit in front of this camera knowing that we're the full team and we're doing everything on our own, we're still like we could compete with someone who has a full production. That's which is kind of like Delulu because it's just like, well, they probably have someone editing for them. They have someone saying this is what you should wear, this is what you should do, this is the topic. They're setting up the lighting. Your lighting is perfect. They got the light on the ground coming up, you know, and we don't have any of that. But yet, I never look at our podcast or anything else that I want to accomplish in life as if I'm not already on that level. And I
Mm.
think that's where the Lulu can play in. I think what you're talking about when you're saying that you're not in a good place, but telling yourself that you are, sometimes it's like you kind of realize not a lot is going on that you can necessarily say, this is, you know, making my situation bad. But it's just like, okay, like, but we still have to get up. And I think that's just an everyday life thing. But I think
And
when
I don't
someone
want
is
to.
telling you, like, yeah, that you not being great at something, or like y'all ain't gonna never be able to, you know, hit this goal, or you crazy for quitting your job to train people one on one in this kind of economy. I'm like, but that's my Delulu, which is what you, to me, what I feel like blind faith is
Mm.
because it sounds crazy. that I'm on my third kid and I ain't got no full time, like, like, and I'm not employed with anybody else. I'm out here doing this solo. And me and Bree just talked about that. And, and he has his version of like what this could look like and things like that. But I think sometimes your Delulu helps you keep everyone else's opinions of what you should or how you should have started your business or how you should have started the podcast, what equipment you should have been doing, what your background should be looking like. It's like you can keep that over there because at the end of the day, the episode went out. The episode went out. You felt it, you liked it, you shared it, and I just got an additional 10 followers off of that, So I
But I
think
feel like that's what I'm
that's
struggling. Okay, so like you said, so okay, maybe, and this is not me trying to feed the negative energy. It's me just being honest. Look, this I guess this is one of them
mhm,
therapy Thursday episodes because whatever. And so I'm about to start school next week. Not like the kids don't
mhm,
come back yet, but I'm starting a new job in a new state and with new people and a whole new thing. And it's not that I mean this ain't my first time doing that, but it's also just like
yeah,
why at that time do I feel like I can't do nothing right? Like why? Why today? I mean, not even today. It's been like a few days, maybe a week. I don't know. But I have like happy moments. And so that's why I'm saying
yeah,
maybe I'm tripping. Like I'm psyching myself to believe, girl, everything is okay. Like you was just happy. But then I'm like, and then there's certain things you ain't supposed to say because the enemy he be listening, but I be like, dang, am I depressed? Like what is wrong with me? Like I just be feeling
yeah.
like I sat over here yesterday. I went to the store, did all this stuff for this not stupid for this background, and you can't even see it. And I'm just like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So this morning, I decided to get up and I start cleaning. I listen to my worship music, and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. X, Y, and Z, right? But then I come in
Yeah.
here, and this ain't working. So now I'm slowly falling back into that poor destiny. So I'm constantly like, yes, I feel like I am worthy of having all the great things. Like, yes, like you said, I'm delusional enough to I know that I'm gonna come out of it, and I'm delusional enough to delusional to believe that we can compete with the greatest podcast out there with my playing background. I am gonna still have a great school year, even though I feel like crap right now. But right now, the delusion ain't working. What do you do
Yeah,
when the Delulu don't work?
I
I can't
think that
even
means
fake. I can't even get myself to believe the Delulu at this point. Does that make
but
sense,
I
or am I trying to force
does
that
make sense.
and the Delulu to go together? I don't know. All over the place.
I think it does make sense because you're showing up today. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like okay, we always being, honest on here. We were supposed to record last Sunday. And she was
Didn't
just
feel
like, I
good
didn't have
that
the
day.
night. It went, and usually I'm like, we just gotta power through this because we are behind because we had some stuff going on, right? But at the same time, I'm just like, but we're human, like we literally have separate lives. I'm literally entering a new phase with being pregnant and all the things that come with that and preparing for a baby. She is newly married in a completely different state. And yeah, like she said, she hasn't it's not like this is her first time having a new job or her first time being in a different state, but it's her first time having a husband. It's her first time having to at the magnitude of which she has done here as far as her career goes, she's taken that. I think when you first started your career, you were starting it in a different state. So I feel like the hustle, not that you don't have the hustle now, but the hustle was there to kind of like get it all together. And now it's like, well, I got the certification. Like I've done the things. Like I am the teacher, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like it's everything combined in one. But my biggest thing with all of it is sometimes I like to sit back and say, even with my Delulu, is when the enemy comes for me, is this how it always goes? And 10 times out of 10, because let's be clear, the enemy is not coming at you with new stuff. The enemy is going to come to you with things that they already know works to get you in a funk. Why do I need to come up with a new system to make you feel bad and not want to get up and continue to be great when I can just use the thing that happened last time that
Right.
made you not want to get up and do it? I'm gonna just use that same thing. So I'm not saying like as soon as you have the thought like, oh yeah, the enemy be out here tripping, let me hop on up. That's the Delulu though. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still gonna I'm still gonna hop on up. So I
Right.
think we have to remind ourselves that God didn't say every day was going to be a great day, but when the struggles do come, how do you handle them then? And then we're not also saying that you don't have to take a rest, because clearly we didn't record on Sunday, hence why we're here today. But I
Right.
think the topic came at the perfect time because you're in a much better space to kind of, even though you're still like, I don't know if they go together, I don't know if I'm talking about the right thing, you
Mm-hmm.
have a lot to bring to the table today that I feel like if we would have tried to record on Sunday, you just would have been like, I'm about to
Yeah.
get back in bed, Brittany. It wouldn't have been anything there. So I don't want to miscredit anything, and I also don't want to make anyone feel whoever is watching this episode to say, "Oh no, you just push through it. Be delusional. Do it anyways." No, if you need to sit down, sit down.
Right.
But in certain moments, you also have to realize, like, some days you have to get up. Like, my kids
Yeah.
gotta eat. I gotta get up.
No, for real.
So I think that's okay. And then it's so crazy because literally, like we said, just this happened literally just yesterday. Again, we pre-record, so by the time y'all see this, we're gonna be on something else. But literally, I had just used the word Delulu. Like, I literally text her,
Right.
let me be Delulu. So when we were like, what we want to talk about today? We were like, let's talk about that because we literally are going through it right now. And
Right.
I had a crash out yesterday at Walmart. So it's probably perfect. Oh man, made me mad at Walmart. And
Oh.
I just was
Not
looking
the
at
old
him.
man.
He was the manager.
And you went off on that poor man.
Okay, so I went to get something. Well, I went grocery shopping and I got some other stuff. And I used my card. And whatever it was, he was like, oh, the coupon ain't gonna work. Or like it wasn't the same item. And I said, well, I just picked up the size that they told me I could purchase. Y'all didn't have it in the great value, so I purchased it in whatever it was. And he was just like, oh, well, moving forward. And I said, if you can't approve it, like, I'm not upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hector called you over here. I don't know what's on Hector's screen. I'm just
Right.
trying to pay for my kids' school supplies, get my little lasagna stuff, and head back to the crib. I'm just trying to get the mozzarella cheese on sale. And so he just kept talking, and then like when you're telling someone, I understand what you're saying, and like I told y'all, I already was like in this I have no F's to give attitude anyways. So the more I felt like he wanted to try and educate me, the more I was like, today ain't the day, my guy. It's not the day. Don't talk to
Right.
me. Scan my card, do what you need. And then at the end he was like, well, I was able to you knew you could have proved it 10 minutes ago.
Right. Like he did you a favor.
And so I had to come home and I was in the garage and I just let out the loudest scream I could let out. Even my kids came down and they're like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm fine, just go back inside. And I had to like remind myself that I kept playing that narrative that you just released the Stronger program. You didn't get as many people in the app as you wanted. You're about to have a third kid. You're not bringing in money like you used to. You're having to, do this for your insurance. And sometimes you feel like, am I going to have enough this month to pay for that insurance? And it just kind of made me feel like I was failing myself and my kids because I'm going for a dream. I'm believing in myself and the things that I feel like God has told me that I'm going to accomplish. But in that moment, you couldn't tell me that I was being a crappy mom, a crappy sister, a crappy entrepreneur. Everything felt like it was crashing down and I had no other way to deal with it. And eventually I said, because I allowed that voice to play out, that man really didn't piss me off that bad. But because I was already in a state that I didn't feel good and you're making me feel worse, okay, now somebody fist the
Right.
but
That's
And that's
crazy.
kind of how the day went. But once I told myself you're not going to win, and then I literally start working on the next program to put in the app. That's Delulu, right? You're mad that one
Yeah.
program didn't work, but yeah, you're already
I'm
working on the
gonna
next
do
one.
another one. Right.
Living in
Just like
Delulu.
I'm mad that this background. I'm mad that this background is raggedy. But we're gonna record another video after this, and y'all gonna get the same white background.
Or you make it a little bit more of the shelf.
But for sure, just I get what you're saying. Cause at the end of the day, I don't just lay in the bed like poor me. I do keep going. Like I do tell myself,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm continuously telling myself it's gonna be okay. It's, like you are fine. You know, my Corey. Corey is telling me all the things that I would want to hear, but even when somebody else is telling me, I just be looking at him like, no, I actually
That's
am a little raggedy. I don't believe that I'm a good wife right now. I do believe that I'm failing in this area of my life. And he just be like, but you're not. Maybe he delusional. I don't know, but it makes me feel good.
we're all
It
Delulu
makes
here.
me feel good. So I think it's good to have delusional people. Okay, let me not say because okay, if I say he delusional, that also comes off as if I don't believe what he's saying. In those moments, I don't. But at the end of the day, when I start feeling better, I'm gonna think that what he said was the greatest thing ever. So I'm not gonna
Oh
say
yeah.
like I'm not gonna sit here and make it just seem like I just think I'm a crappy person overall. But I do have my moments when I'm constantly having to tell myself just keep going. You're gonna have to keep going and doing, having that blind faith and having that confidence that everything is going to work out the same way I'm picturing it in my head. We're gonna be the number one podcast in the world. I'm not gonna have this white background forever. I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna get number one teacher of the year at my new school. I don't know, and it's just like telling myself that even when I feel like crap, even if I don't believe it. Like I'm not saying
Yeah.
if that nigga is raggedy that you tell yourself that he's not. Like Brittany said, if they raggedy, they raggedy. If the house burning down, the house is burning down, and you better evacuate. You stop, drop, and roll. But I just I just feel like sometimes it's okay for a good reason, and
yeah.
I just don't know. I feel like I'm in a space where I guess now I will walk away from this conversation being a little bit more delusional because I've just been telling myself, okay, I have not been telling myself that I suck, but I've been like dwelling on those negative thoughts of just what is wrong with me? I'm journaling, I'm praying, I'm talking to God. Why it ain't fixed yet? You know, I'm just so even being delusional while I'm sitting here waiting for God to, I guess I don't want to say do his part because he does a lot, and then I just don't know what I'm doing.
That part.
Help me!
But
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about,
I think
y'all.
it
I ain't
still
gonna lie.
goes back because y'all know my sister is very. If I could show y'all these notes that homegirl got for one, it was so pretty. I was like, oh, I love the purple and stuff is highlighted, baby. It got the clip mark, so you know what you done talked about. But
Mhm.
she'll write out a title if something comes to her, and then in parentheses, she literally said blind faith. And to me, I feel like this is more of what we mean by the Lulu. I think we use the word as like a funny way of just being like, ah, yeah, I'm crazy. But really, you're not crazy. Something
Right.
was put in you and you're putting it out and you feel the Lulu because no one else can see the vision that God has given you. And so I feel like we
I can't
use
even
the
see it right
word.
now.
Exactly. But that's literally what blind faith. I mean, now maybe Stevie Wonder ain't really blind because that man really be seeing things. But
He
we
do.
talking about no, for real. But we talking about real blind people.
Because Stevie playing. Let me
Because
stop.
why
I
he
don't
always,
know.
right? 'Cause why he always know what's going on. But I feel like that's literally what blind faith is. And I think sometimes we're looking at like, oh, because I want to get here. So, that is blind faith. But I feel like it can also mean the same thing when you're talking about all the small moments that help you get to whatever that big
Yeah.
moment is. Or just in everyday life. Because every day that you wake up is a choice to say, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to try to put my best foot forward. I'm going to read my Bible. That's a choice. And I know for about 3 mornings straight, I made the choice not to read my Bible study. And today, your girl was brought down on her knees in her daughter's room to just pray because it's like, okay, clearly you don't want to talk to your boy. And it's
Right.
like, yes, I do.
JC, like, hold up.
Right? Since you don't want to come talk to me, I'm going to make you come talk to me.
Right.
And I think sometimes in the little things, because you feel like, well, I've been doing great for the past few weeks and I've been doing the same thing and my breakfast's been on point and I've been reading my Bible. Like I haven't changed my routine, so why do I feel like crap? I think in those moments, that's when you really got to say, God got me. That's when your blind faith and everything really has to kick in to say that I'm good. And I think it's okay. I think you did a good job by taking the time that you needed on Sunday. And then I appreciate you for showing up today. And I appreciate you for sharing, everything that you've been going through, because I think without you really knowing it, you're help healing yourself and you're reminding yourself of his faithfulness over your life and it, and everything that's going on. Yeah, we're being Delulu, but really we're being reminded that at the end of the day, she's gonna come back on here next week and be like, yeah, so
Right.
school is great. My class is amazing. Look at the decor here may not be bomb, but the decor
Oh,
in my
the decor in that classroom.
right?
Shout out to y'all who bought stuff off my wish list.
We love y'all.
Right.
I think he's just giving you the opportunity. And then again, she edits these episodes, and I think it's gonna become another reminder because she would have started school, and this is gonna be a reminder like, dang, I was really going through something, and today I feel great, And so I think you kind of remind yourself that yeah, we're being the Lulu, but really we are still being guided by him, and not every day is gonna be perfect, but the fact that you're still waking up and making a choice to not crash out or give up on yourself, still shows that you're choosing him and you're still believing in him. Yeah.
Good
You
child.
got this.
I do. I can do
But
it.
it's
Yes, I believe I can. I believe I can.
yeah.
And then
Give
maybe
my
this was
girl comments and some likes. Show some love.
right. No, for real. No, for the big on the subscribe too. Okay. But
Yes, all the things.
I think that's great though. Just understanding because sometimes we are our biggest critics, right? And sometimes when things do get hard, we constantly are telling ourselves like, "I'm not enough," or "I'm not doing enough," or "I'm sucking as a sucking is not the right word. I'm failing," or whatever as a mom right now, or I'm not being there as I don't know. But I have gone through, like Brittany said, I have gone through a lot of changes in life. I can't just drive to my mama's house. And get a hug if I need it. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. Here I go. I'm gonna cry at least one episode every season. I'm trying to tell you.
I saw my eyes and I was like, she gonna pull them back though. She gonna
I
blink.
was trying, but then, I know at first something was in my eye, but now whatever. Oh my gosh, I just feel like I have to just push through and just keep telling myself that all the hard work that even the stuff that seems so minute, like it is actually working out for myself. And not even that, I have to be delusional in that. I do truly believe that, but maybe in those moments, like right now, when I feel like, oh, I don't know, that weapon kind of prospered against me. I don't know. Kind of got me. I have to just keep believing that on the other side of it is some, and that's not even delusional. That's faith. Wow, people have been mixing up delusion with faith. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's the word. I know, and that's why I felt like at first I'm like, what? I'm over here trying to see some. That's another thing. Sometimes I get on here, like I said, I can't just drive to my mama's house. I can't just drive to my sister's house. Sometimes this is the time where we sit down and talk. So I ain't talked to my girl in a few days, so I just needed to get off my chest, and y'all just got front row seat to me crying again. But Brittany, we don't need the edits. They don't need that this time.
Yeah, girl, I was in my editing bag. I don't even know how I did that.
You did not have to bring that back. But I do just feel like while just trying to grow and become better. It's okay to be delusional in those times where you just feel like, mm-hmm, I ain't
Yeah.
got, I'm failing, I ain't doing right, I'm gonna fail. Instead of saying that, say, I'm great. I could,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really
Change your
got much else
mindset.
to say either. That's it.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
done
but
cried.
it's your mindset. Everything is how whatever you put out. And I
Right.
do believe that. I'm not gonna say that you can go out here and be the nicest person and that something bad ain't gonna happen to you. That's not
Right.
life, you know. But it kind of reminds me of like those times when like if you were on the like someone calls your job, right? And they hot. And then you just hit them with kindness. It's like one of those moments. It's kind of like life is literally cussing you out and then you're responding back to life with kindness. You're responding
Mhm.
back to life with the light of God. You're responding back to whatever with the faith that he's given you or the things that are unseen that you still believe like is possible that he's still working on your behalf. I feel like we're becoming those moments when life is literally calling you all the cuss words you hate. Like if somebody called me the B word, listen, I don't hear nothing else other than that. Nothing. And I will ask you what you said because you know that and Brittany. Listen, let me just make sure
Not the same.
that I didn't get it misconstrued. But I just particularly don't care for. And so I feel like, but when life is just like one thing after another, and you constantly are making a choice to say, hey, I'm going to hit you with this instead, sometimes it kind of calms things down. Or if not, it at least keeps you in the mindset to help you keep moving forward. And I
Mhm.
kind of feel like that's where you are right now. I feel like life is trying to kick you down when you have a lot to look forward to, especially with starting a new position, being in a new space, you know, being able to help another group of students for a whole nother year. And it's just like, no, going to this, knowing that you're in a different state, that you can't go to your mama house after this, and, you know, X, Y, and Z. And then Corey gonna be over here, and, you know, and I just feel like it wants to get you into a space where you feel like you can't wake up and be who God has called you to be. But the fact that again, you keep waking up, making the choice to still get into his word and then continue to work is showing that you're still responding back to life with a lot of kindness because God has literally been kind to you. Yeah, we're not there, but luckily we started the podcast before you left. So we got the chance to kind of be in the same space. And then we also have the chance to say, hey, like, this is great. Like, let's keep this going. And she's right. A lot has been going on. So we haven't just sat on the phone and chit chatted for an hour or two, you know, because we can talk
Yeah.
as y'all can see. But I mean, the
We ain't got a
conversation.
podcast for nothing.
I feel like they're just also reminders that you're okay. We're okay, and we still got each other regardless of how far we are. We've done this before, y'all. You know, I left and then was gone for forever, but at the
Yes, you
end of the
was.
day, you know, we have moments like this, and I think it's important to share with other people too who may feel like they don't have anybody. You know,
Right.
like you're still gonna be okay. And your Delulu is literally just your faith. We use the word Delulu, but I think we're coming to the agreement. I think we can all say that Delulu is literally us saying,
And
you know, we just
that's
find
crazy because I'm sorry because and I know I'm not supposed to be cutting her off because with this new setup it probably just cut whatever.
you good.
Anyways, that's crazy because I never looked at the word delulu or delusional as faith. I always maybe it's because of what social media has made it like, oh, you know that man Raggedy being, you know, you delulu, like you believe in that he's not.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, he's raggedy, but I have faith that he could change.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes you just gotta accept it for what it. He been raggedy for 7 years,
Yeah.
sister.
That part.
But
That
it
part.
is just literally having faith that whatever the circumstances actually is in real life, in reality, it could be something else if I just believe it.
Yeah.
That's why I
No,
don't
for
know.
real.
I just because I didn't think of it like that at first. I literally just thought it was. I don't know. I didn't pick up the Webster dictionary before I came on here to figure out what the. I knew what delusional meant, but I didn't know what it meant clearly.
Yeah,
The
but I
more
feel
you
like it's
know.
right. But I think it when people first say it, like when people say it in context on social media and they say Delulu, and I realize like no, you legit just being crazy. I would just say crazy, even though I know delusional is like a sense of you being crazy, right?
Right.
But as a kid, the first time you really get the sense of like delusional is like when people are in the desert and they think they see water, right? You are literally crawling in
Right.
the desert, about to pass out, about to be like, I can't go no further. Now all of a sudden you get Delulu and you think you see water 10 feet away and you just get a burst of energy.
Right. You talking about, I know that ain't what I think it is. No, it ain't. It's dirt. It ain't what you think it is.
It's just another thing of water. But they end up getting a burst of energy, getting to the water, right? And then somewhere out of nowhere, big old camel show up, put them on the back. They about to pass out. Now all of a sudden they in a tent with a fan.
The end of the day, it works out.
You gotta
But
keep
that is
going.
true. We would think like we would think that being delusional was literally just like you tripping.
Yeah,
Like,
people very unnecessary stuff right now.
right. And it ain't necessarily, it don't necessarily have to be that. So
No.
yeah. Have your crazy faith, your blind faith. It's gonna work out. If
Amen.
it's something that is supposed to work out that way, it will work out that way. But I also feel like with your delusion, you have to be willing to accept the fact that sometimes it doesn't work out exactly how you may have wanted it to. Like the way your delusion played it out, it didn't work out that way, you know. But that's
Yeah.
okay because you
Yeah.
can still have faith and be
That
delusional.
yes. And again, please, really hope this comes off because we really are not saying when you being the Lulu in real life situations. Like if that man you saw him kiss another woman, that don't be Lulu and say, "Oh, that's
We're
his cousin."
also not saying having faith. We're also not saying having faith is delusion. Okay, I feel like we are contradicting our words at this point because I feel having faith is good, right? But I don't want somebody
Yes.
to be like, oh, delusion is in believing something that ain't real and da 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 da. That ain't what I'm saying.
No. That's not what we're saying.
It's
I'm
real.
saying that I feel like in life, instead of people saying I'm having faith, they're using the trendy word, which is let me be the Lulu. So the same thing is I have faith that our podcast is gonna be number one. So when I say someone was hacking us, I could have just been like, well, let me still have faith that somebody is trying to get us because we, like we're doing that well, right? But
Okay.
instead, I said, let me be Delulu. So I'm
Right.
saying that we tend to take trendy words that people are using, and then we tend to overshadow what the action really is. And I
Mm.
feel like for the topic and the things of which we're going through in this moment, it's not literally us being Delulu. It's literally us having blind faith and then finding ways to continue to do something, knowing that right now it seems that I'm just in a freaking rut.
Right.
So yesterday was not my best day. It was not my best day. But when I woke up today, I literally said, this is a new day. Yesterday's problems. And somebody actually somebody my friend called me and that's what she told me. She was like, leave yesterday's problems back
Yes.
there. Because today gonna bring on a whole new set of new things. So let's
Okay.
worry about today. And so I literally was already in the mindset that I'm going to have a good day, even though nothing about last night changed. And it's not like somebody said, hey girl, here go $1,000. And I was like, it's gonna be a great week now.
Right.
Nothing happened. I literally just woke up with the faith that today is going to be a good day. We're going to get the podcast episode done. I'm going to get my to-do list done and I'm going to be fine. And I'm going to continue to have a healthy pregnancy and we're going to be good.
Right.
So, no. I'm not saying Delulu and faith are the same thing. I'm saying I think we tend to take the word Delulu and put it over what we're actually going through, which is we're just walking through blindly, having faith that God is going to see us through whatever troubles we're going through
Right.
in that moment.
I just wanted
So
to
I'm glad you brought.
clarify.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody finna try to cancel us talking about y'all on there talking about God and then you call faith the delusion. I ain't say that. And you know I ain't say that.
No.
Keep watching.
D- Run it back.
If you made it this far, put a prayer hand emoji in the comment. Because you know that ain't okay. Maybe you didn't know that ain't what we meant, but I done cleared it up. So when you're out
But
there
yeah,
making look, we here I am being delusional again. When you're out there making your clips trying to, cancel me, put the whole part in there.
that part.
Ain't nobody made a clip.
No, right? But listen, this may be the episode that they make a clip, and so we already giving the clarification. We're already ahead of the game, okay? Because
Right.
when you start blowing up, people like to go back and be like, "You remember she said?"
Right. Then
Yeah,
they going back to stuff from 5 years ago.
right.
I am not that Destiny from 5 years ago. I am in a higher place. Whatever Drake said. But yeah, I guess we all know what we should be done with at this point. I feel like the last two episodes that we've done have been a little shorter than usual, but I don't know. Like I ain't into just getting up here yapping just to make an hour. Okay. But I
No,
do
I
just
feel
feel like
like you get if you it with whatever God has given us to speak on today, it's gonna say exactly what needs to be said. We're not gonna draw
mhm.
it out. Yeah, we're
So
good.
I'm done with believing the negative voices in my head telling me that I'm not good enough or that I'm not doing enough. X, Y, and Z. I'm going to have that crazy faith, aka delusion, and believe. Well, maybe not AKA because we just said they wasn't.
Listen, we done already clarified it.
Right.
We follow. Our
Okay.
followers are smart.
Right. Okay. I'm just going to say I'm going to be done with not entertaining the crazy faith part more than I am the negative part because I feel like I get in my own mind in my own head enough of just saying there's so many things in life like things are like you said things are gonna go wrong, but why not focus
Mm,
on the good things or why not focus on the possibility of it turning out being better than what you thought? Why not focus on those things rather than being like,
yeah.
yeah, I had a horrible day. Like on Sunday even Monday I was just like I'm still stuck on what happened 2 days ago, and I'm just like what is wrong with me? Like I just could not move past it. And I feel like once I start voicing that, and maybe the enemy is using that against me, or being like, "Yeah, you right, you was raggedy, you is raggedy, because what you did was raggedy, or whatever you said was raggedy." Blah 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 blah. So like Brittany crashed out on the old man. Sometimes we all crash out, and that's the thing. That's not who I am. So I'm constantly trying to be better. But when those moments happen, I just feel like, oh my gosh, I already failed, and God is up there like I told y'all in season one, that sandal in my neck. And I'm tired of getting hit with that sandal. I just want to do right. And that's the thing, we would never just fully get it right. But
Uh,
I can be delusional enough to feel like even the small little things that's getting me to the doing it as right as I can. I can entertain.
and yeah, for sure. I think that's good. I feel like that's pretty much what I'm done with. Cause like I said, I didn't need to crash out on that man, and I really didn't crash out that hard. But when black folks pull that head back, like it's
Well,
not
I
going
did.
well for you. When my eyes get low and I
Oh, yeah.
pull back, 'cause who you talking to? What you because what are you talking about? And so, and then I think one of the good things is that my kids was there, so I really was trying not to, let my emotions
Mhm.
take over. But I also, if one of these would have happened, it would have been a wrap. But I didn't do that.
Right.
I kept my hands on the basket. Like, let me get up out of here. But I think the biggest thing I want to be done with is, like you said, not allowing the negative thoughts to overshadow the good things that I do have going on in my life. Because I was just telling Bree, I quit my full time job August 9th. Today is August 6th. That's a whole year that I've been a full time entrepreneur. And yet my lights have never been jeopardized to be cut off. My mortgage is paid. My kids are still wearing, not that you name brand means you doing well, but like the lifestyle of which Bree and I have created for our kids, nothing has fallen off. My car is still paid for. My insurance haven't had to change. Like I'm going to doctor's appointments. My baby is fine. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. So I'm not going to allow a one crappy day or a crappy moment to dictate all the good that has come, because not every day can be, like I say, not every day can be great, but how I choose to respond to it is everything. And I didn't do the best at responding in that moment with that man at Walmart. But since then, I talked to Bree, and like I said, I woke up today with a much better attitude because I definitely could have woke up and told Destiny, the same thing she told me on Sunday. Today is just not a good day for me now. Like, I don't want to do this. But I was like,
You ain't gonna
today's
never get the
great. I'm
episode.
happy to go record. So it all worked out. So I think we all just have to be done with letting the negativity, dictate how we're going to walk through this life. But then, two, stop using, and I know we're probably gonna name this title Delulu because that's what's gonna make y'all tune in, because we gotta act crazy big time
Clickbait.
sometimes.
No, I was playing. Gotcha.
Because we talking about God again.
Right. I am crying. That's so funny. Okay.
But start using the right words. We have unbelievable faith that God is going to do the things that no one else has seen, that he's going to do the things. He gave us the vision. He gave you the vision, and whatever that is, if he's giving it to you, then you go forth, right? My daughter is reading about Noah, what she did last week. No one was trusting, like Noah was crazy for building that ark. That man was
Right.
building that ark for a long time. But listen, I bet they wish they would have been right and got up on that ship. Let me call it
They
the right
couldn't
word.
come.
Just say we're gonna use the right words. The ark. So it's that same thing. Don't try to get into these trendy things of like, downplaying what's actually going on. Oh, my Delulu got me. No, your faith is what got you here. God is what's continuing to wake you up. God is what's continuing you to put one step, one foot in front of the other to keep doing what it is that he's called you to do. This is why we keep showing up to do this podcast. Even when we feel like days y'all don't want to like our stuff, we watching you. No.
Right. Or even when
we
Instagram don't want to push our content out there, we the views have gone down, but we have delusional. What's the word? We have blind faith that
yes.
it's getting to who it needs to get to, and we will, we will grow.
And
Continue
we
to
are.
grow.
We was at 166. We at 167 now. Real followers, not fake people. So that's great. So I think, yeah, just be done with downplaying what's actually going on and know like your faith is real and he's gonna see you through. So amen to
Amen.
that, girl.
Amen. Again.
Yes. Thank
But
y'all for
yeah.
tuning in to another episode of the You're Done podcast.
This was I'm gonna start putting like I wish on the first like the ones when I be crying. I'm gonna do like a little therapy Thursdays. This one of them therapy Thursdays conversations. So go ahead.
Cause we're
We
back.
trying this week. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of You're Done Podcast. We're gonna see y'all at the same time next week. Peace.
Amen.
Nah,
Bye.
amen.
And actually, this is episode 10 of season 3. We finished off season 3, y'all. So
We
y'all
did it.
stick with us as we into season 4. Oh, that's crazy.
We're gonna do my hair different for that one. Bye, y'all.
Bye.